Good evening and thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with the growing outrage over a police shooting. It happened early Saturday morning. Police fired 9 shots at a young man who, according to witnesses, was alone on a Toronto streetcar and was armed with a knife. One officer has since been suspended. The victim's family is devastated. And tonight, many are demanding to know why police saw the man as such a threat and whether lethal force was really necessary. Christina Stevens is at a rally in support of the young man who was killed. Christina.
Donna, this is a growing memorial to Remy Artinian, the young man who was killed early Saturday morning. It is also the scene of a growing rally. As you can see here, hundreds of people are gathering. Earlier, they all met up in the heart of downtown at Yonge and Dundas Square. Then they marched through the city here to the location where the victim died. They're angered by the fact that he was shot to death by police. Something they insist did not have to happen. They believe something else could have been done. They're demanding answers, some even going so far as to call police murderers.
The video is generating controversy and shock, and as more people see it, more questions are being asked. In it, police repeatedly yell at 18-year-old Remy Artinian to drop his knife and warn they'll shoot if he moves toward them. He yells back and about 30 seconds later takes a fatal step forward. An officer opens fire, shooting a total of 9 times. Then others rush in. And the sound of Artinian being tasered could be heard. After that, police start CPR, but Artinian died of multiple gunshot wounds.
I watched the video. He was standing with a knife, not with a bomb, with a knife. And I felt that he was very afraid. I felt it. I felt that he was very afraid.
His distraught mother invited us in to express her anger and sorrow, describing Artinian as a shy boy who moved to Canada from Syria 5 years ago, a boy with lots of friends who was headed to college in the fall. And now this.
I don't know where was the danger, how much of the policemen, 10, 12?
Witnesses say earlier Artinian had exposed himself to passengers and wielded a knife. Everyone fled, leaving Artinian alone on the streetcar. The fact that he was alone, suggesting to many that he wasn't a risk to anyone.
He's not a threat at all, man. He's such a small kid. He's such a small, kind-hearted kid. And the fact that, he got, I don't know, it was overkill in my opinion. It was kind of horrible.
Why wouldn't you just shut the door? This individual is completely isolated and contained on that streetcar. Why wouldn't you just close that door, leave him in there, and then engage him in a dialogue, de-escalate the situation?
The police chief himself has acknowledged the serious concerns surrounding the shooting.
I know that people are seeking answers to what occurred, why it happened, and if anything could have been done to prevent the tragic death of this young man. I am also seeking answers to those important questions.
He'll start to move towards the front of the streetcar.
Crisis resolution expert Steve Summerville says lethal force should be a last-ditch effort to protect life when a suspect cannot be disengaged. But he says this video alone doesn't reveal whether the officer was justified. It only tells part of the story.
We did not have the privilege or the opportunity of being directly behind the officer to see exactly what it was he was or was not seeing.
The Special Investigations Unit, which investigates any death police are involved in, says 1 officer is the focus of their probe and 22 others are considered witnesses. It's their job to answer this mother's final question.
They shot my kids, my son, and I didn't know why.
Now, the officer involved has been suspended with pay. We cannot read anything into that, though. That is standard procedure in these kinds of cases. Donna?
All right, Christina Stevens in Toronto, thank you.